This is Soy,
And this is Dayra,
and you're listening to Hair and Whatever.
Unfiltered Salon Talk.
Hey y'all, hey, so and Dayra here from Hair and Whatever. And wait, hold on. This week, what are we talking about, Soy?
So this week we are talking about trust the process and listen to your hair care provider. And then we have is social media the new Hollywood? And we have special guest Cash. I forgot her last name.
Howard.
Howard, yes, who's a celebrity stylist, and she will
Yes.
be on the.
So she's coming in on later on our Unfiltered Salon Talk. But first, let's get into the hair crown of the week. And this week, guys, we have Issa Rae, and we love her. Like, yes, we love her. We had her as a hair crown, but this week, she was at the Emmys, Soy?
The Emmys. Yeah, and she looks so fly with the ponytail. We got like a picture of her with the ponytail from the back. It just looks so fly. She was crip walking on a field.
Exactly. Doing her thing. She's just so fun, y'all.
Yeah, she a mood.
Yeah, we love her. All right, so let's get into it. Trust the process and listen to your hair care provider.
Yeah.
um, so Soy and I encounter a lot of clients that come in and want advice on healthy hair care. Sometimes it can be misleading with so much information that's out on social media. Right. So sometimes who do you listen to if you're coming to get your hair done? Like, and you hear, you know, Hollywood, right? On Hollywood.
Social media Hollywood.
Social media Hollywood. You hear other shit, and YouTube University, you hear other shit, right? But then your hairstylist is telling you, don't do that. Don't put grease in your hair or whatever. Co-washing or whatever the fuck you doing at home. It sounds a little weird because you heard from your favorite influencer otherwise, right? But my thing is, like, if it makes sense, why don't you just listen, right? Like, I feel like, you go into you if you want to lose weight, you're going to ask your trainer, right? Like, yo, what do I do to lose weight? If you need, your oil change, you could do it yourself, but it's not going to probably come out right. Or maybe it will, but you obviously are going to go to the mechanic, right? So yeah, like we have a lot of people that come in and, are misinformed.
Mm-hmm. And I just feel like, the first thing is that when you do come in, like Dayra said, you are coming into an expert. Like, that's why you chose to come in, because you're coming in for our expertise, because we have been in the business for a while. We've seen different hair textures. We pretty much know what we're doing, right? And I know, because you have listened to our advice, you have researched the person that you're going to, right? So you should trust that person, right? So first thing, when you do go into a hair care provider that you trust, I know the first thing I'm going to say is, what is your lifestyle like? You know what I mean? What are your hair goals?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because you may have something in your mind, that a look or a style, right? But it might not really fit your lifestyle, right? Because a lot of girls, they would love to wear, their curly hair, you know what I mean? But then in reality, they're working out every day. They're feeling like, their hair is like creating so much oil, and they're not getting the look of what they want each day.
Right.
So,
is it conducive to your lifestyle? Like, can you straighten your hair on a weekly basis or every other week? Probably not, Also, I guess we encounter, and this goes kind of into protective styles, like maybe you can go into a protective style, but how long are you going to go into the protective style? So I think, you know, it's a matter of, trusting your hair care professional more than anything, like, you know, and working with one, because, you know, some clients come in and they're like, okay, well, I'm going to go into a protective style for like 2 months, right? And then their hair is like, is not flourishing, is not, you know, like looking its best, because they're not they don't have the same hair practices that we have at the salon, or they're listening to someone else, you know. So yeah, it just goes back to, like, you know, full circle, listen to your hair care professional, you know.
And, you know, like, for one instance, you know, it goes along with the whole, you know, a client, she wanted to wear her hair curly, and she was doing her hair, like she thought she wanted to wear her hair curly, and she has pretty healthy hair. And she said that it took her 2 years. She was doing it for 2 years, and she couldn't get her curls to do whatever, I guess, she envisioned her curls to, you know, to look like. And I don't know, you know,
Mentally, what she thought it was going to look like in her head. Yeah.
Exactly. And, you know, we don't know, like, I don't know what she was doing. Like, we have a special technique that we do and whole process to bring out people's curls and definition. But anyway, it wasn't looking like she wanted it, right? So she decided to basically go back to straightening her hair, you know, and it's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like, you figure out, okay, well, I tried this, I wanted it a certain way. It wasn't achievable with the lifestyle that I have. Let me go ahead and do what's fitting. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're healthy.
Yeah, and that, you know, like, that's another thing. Like, there's so much pressure to wear your hair curly, but like you said, like, it just may not work for you, and that's okay. Like, as long as you have, and this is what Soy and I always are preaching, healthy hair is everything. Like, you can still have heat damage, right, and still have healthy hair. Like, I have plenty of clients that have heat damage and have healthy hair. Like,
is it heat damage or heat train?
However you want to say, how the sweeter it sounds to you. For some people, like Soy is heat train. Shade.
Damage. It sounds like it's like, you know, like it's damaged. Like,
yeah. I don't think it's the proper, you know, what I explain to certain clients is, like, if you're always wearing your hair curly and then you go into wearing it straight, then your hair is going to easily revert to, like, you know, frizzing up. I'm going to say frizzing, but more so like curling up, because your hair is like used to wearing it curly, right? So for you, I know your hair doesn't frizz up as easy because you're heat trained.
Well, let's put it like this. Like, okay, so my curls are not at its, or people, or not even just me, but people who wear their hair straight, curls are not at its fullest, I guess, potential that it could be, because they chose heat and color.
Right. Yeah, because my hair is curly, but it could be curlier, right? Because I have color, and color kind of, like, you know, changes the texture of the hair. But I'm okay with that. Like, you know, my hair is healthy, so.
Yeah. So, and then another point is, you know, you got to do a little bit of, like, deductive reasoning, you know, like, to figure out what works for you. You know what I mean? So what may work for someone else may not work for you. Like, or what you want to wear your hair in a protective style, like Dayra mentioned, right? And a protective style might not be in your favor. You know what I'm saying? Or or the kind of protective style, right?
Yeah.
Because some people can wear sew-ins as a protective style,
and it'll work, or a wig. And I've seen a lot of people's hair flourish under a wig, or, you know, a protective style. Your hair flourishes under a protective style, like, you know, protective style being a sewing.
Right. So, like, even though, you know, and there's many, of course, all of y'all know, like, there's many different kinds of protective styles. So, like you got to kind of do like a little bit of deductive reasoning on if your hair is, or if you're a candidate for a protective style, which one is allowing your hair to flourish, right? Because we have a client, right?
Yeah. I have a client that I actually saw just recently, and she was in a sew-in for maybe like a month, and she's been coming to us for years, right? Well, to you first, Soy, and then now she's been seeing me. And I feel like just with the 2 times that I did her hair and she didn't even get a trim, like her hair has flourished just in a month. Like I've seen the difference. And before getting a sew-in, she didn't even get a haircut or trim, however you want to say.
Right.
And then she came back after, and I saw her hair, like, oh my God, it's just like night and day, like it's doing amazing. And I'm also like kind of afraid that if she goes into braids, that it might not, do well, and she's going to revert back to the old ways,
Right. So this is another example of doing a little bit of deductive reasoning and listening to your hair care provider, because we've seen it. Like we know that, okay, hey, look, she was in the sew-in, hair worked well. She was in braids and doing all this other things to her hair at home and ponytails and stuff. Not so great. She was still coming in. It wasn't retaining length. It was still splitting up the hair shaft. Not so great. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
These are the things that, listening to your hair care provider that you can, achieve, and part of trusting the process.
Right. I agree. Yeah, I mean, those are the things that we always kind of preach, always. So, and I like, just, if you're having doubts, seek a hair professional. I sound like an infomercial. If you have doubts, please seek a hair professional. I can't even talk. Yeah. I mean, that's
short and sweet, like pretty much, just, listen to your hair care provider. Let's go over the things that you've been doing.
Yeah, because I think I've also had like, and this is the reason why, like, we've had those clients where like they come and they tell us like a whole bunch of stuff, like, well, I can't straighten my hair, or I can't do this, and and they're researching. They get so consumed with researching so much that they forget that, hey, there are hairstylists in the world that I can, you know what I mean? Like that people forget that there are hairstylists in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's more so like, okay, let me go to social media. Let me go to YouTube. Let me go, like,
let me concoct water, because they said that rice water is going to make my hair.
We're not saying rice water may not work. I'm not saying that.
Right. It might.
Right.
I'm just not going to do it because I like products working.
Yeah. I mean, like I just can't do the whole like leaving it in for a day, like, letting it sit for days. Like, I don't like none of that shit on my counter. Like, I ain't gonna do that.
Get this hair mask, and I'm gonna get this deep conditioning that's treatment based, that I know that has been tried and true, and that's what I'm gonna use. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and no shade to the rice water.
And then what goes back to also trust the process and listen to your hair care professional is invest in quality products.
Yeah.
Right. Like, if you're going to come in every so often, to get your hair cut, mostly maintenance, right? I think you should invest in professional products, good quality products that are going to work. I'm sure the hairstyle. Look, I always tell clients, hey, we have all these here. You can buy these, but if you don't want to, you don't want to buy them from me, you can buy them, when you do have, because they sometimes may not have the money right on hand, and that's okay. But you can, you can invest elsewhere, order it online,
Yep. But just have the tools at the house. Like, if you go and sit there and, and work with the stylist, then you need to invest in certain kind of products, treatment-based products, you know, that are formulated well to work with your hair at home, so you're not undoing everything that we do in the salon. You know,
Right.
have your own carry at the house.
Right.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, that's it. That's our 2 cents on this, you know.
We just some hairstylists, you know.
That's it. We just work here.
We just been in the game for like 20 years. You know?
Exactly. Or so, yeah.
Something real light.
So you know you've been saying 20 years for the past 2 years?
Oh, have I? Shit. Is it 22 now? Fuck.
Yeah, you've been saying for the past 20 years, for the past 2 years.
I'm gonna say 20 plus. It's all the same after 20. Shit.
20
plus. There you go. 20
all
plus.
Right. Well, let's get into the slipped into the DMs. And the question is, if I am transitioning, can I straighten my hair in between? If so, how often?
Yes, and we talking about transitioning hair, y'all, you know, because we gotta.
Right. And like kind of transitioning in the sense where like you're transitioning from relaxer to natural, or even from heat damage or heat trained
Or chemically damaged, color, you know,
damaged as well, right? You know, to natural. Mm-hmm. Can you? Soy, can you say it loud for the people in the back?
I feel like if your hair can stand it, not everyone's a candidate.
Right.
You know? So people.
But also remember, right, is who you going to. Because if you come to us and you straighten your hair that one time, you're not going to get heat damage.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so I think that matters too, you know? Who you going to? Mm-hmm. So yeah, you keep going.
Yeah, so it just depends. Like, so that's one, who you going to.
Yeah.
And another one is, you know, not everyone is a candidate for straightening out to transition. Some people need to go ahead and do a major chop because their hair, it just won't. It's not at the place. The two different textures won't do well together. They're gonna start to break off, like right where, you know, the line of demarcation is. So, you know, and then for some people it may work, you know, your hair, it may be as healthy, because you can have, like I said, chemically damaged hair that's healthy, or heat trained, or whatever you want to call it, and still be healthy and be able to go back and forth every so often, but not like back and forth where it's like once a month. I may say like maybe every 3 months, you know, because you still need to, you know, you still need to see where you are. I prefer always straightening my hair to get haircuts, because I can see what's going on with my hair, but that's just my preference. You can also do a curly cut, or a diva cut, or a Mona cut, or whatever cut there's out there. Shady, y'all.
I ain't shady. I'm just saying, you know, everybody has a preference, you know. It's however you want to call your cut.
This is because she knows she like them cuts.
All right, but that's our 2 cents. Right. But yeah, we're about to get into the the whatever portion, the unfiltered salon talk, and we're about to invite our guests. So stay tuned for Cash Howard. Hey guys, so we're back and we're here with our special guest, Cash Howard. She's a celebrity wardrobe stylist. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hey, you guys. Yeah. I've been a celebrity wardrobe stylist probably now, long time. Let's see, maybe 15 years now, almost.
Oh, wow.
I've owned my boutique for 15 years, so it's kind of like simultaneous with the two. And so I've been doing it a very, very long time, probably before Instagram. I don't know. And so just kind of like been on a lot of platforms. I've done quite a bit of, back in the day, I've done some modeling and acting. I'm still currently a SAG actress, done lots of commercials in the past for like Zaxby's, billboards for Coca-Cola. So a real cool career, you know what I mean? Like when it was like all about like really researching people and you just couldn't go to social media.
Right.
So yeah, so it's interesting. The topic you guys got today about is Instagram, you know, Hollywood, because it's like, it's interesting because it's easier to attain that type of status now, when before it was way more grassroots involvement. It was people really had to do a lot of more research. So I'm still hanging in there doing my thing. I'm happy. I mean, I've transitioned from so many different people I've styled. You know, I've styled gospel artists like Leandria Johnson, Corinne Hawthorne, R&B artists like Tyrese back in the day. I've styled R. Kelly. Unfortunately, what's going on with him right now? I with R. Kelly for 5 years and styled 3 or 4 his album covers.
Right.
I worked with a lot of people, actresses, actors. So I've been doing it a long time. I've been doing this a long time. So that question, like, is you know, I'm sure you guys will break it down more. You know, it's a lot of moving parts to Instagram.
It is. Do you feel like that you were more successful, or can you be more successful without Instagram? Or, you know what I mean? Like right now, it's like so much pressure to be on Instagram.
Yeah, it's interesting because I would say I would give my claim to fame or success would totally not be from Instagram.
Right. Because you was doing it before Instagram.
Yeah, and I was doing it, you know, real heavy before Instagram. So I think now it's necessary because you got young bosses, right? You got younger decision makers, and you have young ladies that are making decisions that are running their own situation, like Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B's. You know, they're under 30, so it's like they live for Instagram. So just to have some type of presence, so because people don't really ask for the website, they ask for the Instagram.
Yeah.
And that's so
Very true.
you know, it's like, wow, you want, okay, you want my Instagram.
Right.
When I want to give like a business card, my website, I don't know, like even a reel, like,
Right.
cause I'm from the era where you really show your worth. Like, what have you done? What's your claim to fame? And it's not just how many followers or likes you receiving on Instagram, but now that kind of makes you popular, or it gives you a more of a braggadocious kind of nature. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
So that's what that world is about. It's about popping off and talking that talk and shitting on the next person sometime. And you know, I mean, we all kind of taking it sometimes. Yeah, yeah.
It takes a lot of effort to do so, you know.
It does, though. It does. It's like a project, right? It's like when you think about it, when you get ready to post on there, you need concentration, right? When you're like,
yeah.
You see the psychological effect of it? It's like, yo, wait, people could be talking to you around you, but you're like, wait, what? Wait. Like, you acting like it's like a life or death situation. So you post it, then you want to know how many people like it, and you keep looking at it, and
because it becomes a job. Like for Soy and I, when we're posting as business owners, and you know, like for the podcast, like you have to go on there and be, you know, be social and like other pictures and show the love, because that's what, you know, now what it's become, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of like it being like just a social app where you're, you know, really catching up with friends and family, you know, but now it's like, you gotta like come through, or you not like, you know, you gotta show off, like, you know, your best outfits, your best, like, you know what I mean? Like your makeup, you cannot come on here and be plain Jane, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, and it's so weird, right? So I'm a wardrobe stylist, and I've always been a very, if you will, for lack of a better word, like a very like flamboyant kind of gaudy person. Like I'm originally from Detroit, so you know but now I won't even just say that, because even when I moved to Montgomery, I graduated from Alabama State University. I've always been gaudy. So this is way before Instagram. So when I get on Instagram and I'm popping my shit or whatever you want to call it, I'm really me. I'm really not doing it for the gram. Like, but I realize that's the culture, and I realize that's what people want to see. So I notice when I'm not doing that, it's a difference in the, like, the receiving of the audience. They don't receive it if you're not talking your shit or showing off your, you know what I mean, all your assets. And
right,
yeah,
and that's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
And for me, like, I really have a love-hate relationship for it. You know what I mean?
I do too.
Because, like, you know, on one end, I feel like, oh, it's so great because, like, you have all these independent people who can run their own movement without the gatekeepers, you know, and they could, you know, trailblaze their way to success, right? But then you have, you know, people who are just like me, who already been in business for a while or whatever, and I know a world before social media, and it's just like, sometimes I feel like it's a huge job to sit there and be in this world, this 3D world, and my real job, and this job, and then go into an online world and create this whole persona. And I just fucking feeling like it, to be honest.
Girl, yes. Like, people say, oh, you haven't posted in 5 days. I'm like, that's bad.
Right.
Like, I'm not an everyday poster. Like, now, if I got something, a project going on, and it makes sense, and I need to post it, like some of my clients, like, we've done work, then sure. But sometimes, like, just to post me every day, and it's not even that I'm not prepared, like, because, like, in terms of what I got on, it's just that I don't want to post every day.
You just don't feel like it.
I don't feel like it.
Like, you just want to be in your world. You know what I mean?
Yes.
In your world, and attentive to what you see in front of you, and you don't want to go into a whole nother world. And maybe I sound like an old head. I don't know, whatever. But like,
look, I know, look, with the fact of me knowing I'm an old head, I'll just be like, well, shit, maybe it ain't for me to come in. But I'm like, what about like the real work? Like, a lot of people want to shortcut and copy paste everything. Like, everybody's bodies are starting to look alike. Everybody's getting bodies. Like, it's like there's no like individuality for me or originality. So it makes me just kind of like, let me just follow more conscious sites. Because I can't, no shade to nobody getting it how they live. But for me, I'm not easily influenced.
Me either.
So when I see people flocking behind a certain popular influencer, I'm actually the opposite. Because I'm more mystique. I'm more, if you know, you know. Because I like people to do research if you want to know, because I'm not nosy. I'd rather you check me out, like, see what I'm about. Like, it's out there. If you want to know, you know. But I'm not trying to prove nothing.
I'm telling you, I feel like it's moving towards, you know, a Black Mirror episode with the, I don't know if you've seen it, but
it's
full of likes, and like everything is just based on like your living situation, your car, everything is just based on likes. And I feel like it's crazy because it's like we're moving towards that kind of world. We're almost there, really.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And it's like, for me, you know, I'm more of like, give you bits and pieces. Like, I'm against putting my man whole face on Instagram if he ain't got a mask on, or if he's not, you know what I mean? Like, I got to cover it up some way, but I'm not that couple that want to just be like, hey, look at us. Like, no shade. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No shade to nobody who do that. Like, and then that's the other thing. You can't have an opinion if it's not the popular opinion. Everybody, you know.
Everybody going to see all the time. And
so it's like, okay, it feels like high school.
It does.
Yeah, it is.
Feels like high school.
Like we're moving towards this world, right? Where, like, it's so PC right now that, like, you can't even have an opposite opinion of the masses.
Yes.
You can't even be like a comedian and have like Eddie Murphy's Delirious. Like, I think he had to apologize for that shit. Like, it's I feel like it's the wussification of the whole entire world. Like, everybody is sensitive. Everybody is just like so like in their feelings, and nobody is just like, damn, you know, we can't joke no more. Like,
can't joke no more. Can't have your own opinion no more. It's like I don't know when it shift gears to this, but it's heavy.
It's
heavy on that.
I feel like with social media, I feel like there's no balance. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there should be, you know, because social media is not all completely negative, right? Like in the sense, like, you know, people have built businesses, successful businesses through social media. It's just like, you know, it's that fine line when it becomes like a job and it's not natural. You know what I mean? Granted, obviously, like everything with a business, in short, it is a job, but is also like draining when your son or your significant other comes to you, and like you said, hold on, I'm posting, give me a second, I need to concentrate, hold on, let me go in and like all the shit, you know what I mean? And it's like, you gotta be active. It's not like you can. What I don't like about it right now is that you have to stay on and be active for like 15 minutes prior or 15 minutes after. I don't like that. Like, you know, like in order to for your content that you spent like hours, you know, perhaps, you know, trying to, you know, post a picture or whatever, like it's you know, obviously it's more about marketing and all that stuff, but I'm it's a lot. It's draining. I agree. It's good in a way.
So that we can win without, like, if we didn't participate, like the kind of careers that we have.
No.
I don't think that we can win in 2020 right now without social media.
No, ma'am.
Well, I'm gonna say
that's a shame. Like that.
I'm not gonna say you couldn't win. That means you would have to amplify everything else.
Yeah, right. And work harder.
You would have to go harder in all the levels that people don't do. You still got to, you need to do postcards and flyers and email blasts and promotion, all types of promotional materials. You got to go, not be afraid to go in people's face and promote yourself. So that's what I mean. Instagram has malmannered the hustle.
Right.
Instagram has made people lazy.
Yeah.
And made people feel entitled.
Yeah.
Like if you date someone that's already in the limelight, it somehow makes the girlfriend feel entitled to that same limelight.
It's because
we put them there.
You automatically get clout. Like,
yeah,
by who you fucking shit.
Yeah.
That's the truth. And it's no shade. It's no shade, but
get it how you live. But it's just, I don't know. Like, I just feel some kind of way about being in a world like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be like, damn, I don't know. Like,
what's your sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
What's your sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Me too. I'm a Cancer.
Okay, Cancer.
I got rising is a Capricorn.
Oh, really? And my rising is a Pisces, and then the ascending sign is Cancer.
Yeah. See? Synergy. That's why we on the same page.
Like, I can't, I'd be like, oh my God, I feel like.
Yes.
Wait, when's your birthday?
July 16th.
What?
That's your
birthday. Yours?
That's the same day.
Oh my God.
Yes, girl.
Yes. Round face.
Yes, that's so crazy.
Cool. Yeah.
I know, you're my twin, girl.
Yes, I'm your twin. And I also have a podcast, ladies.
Okay.
Yeah, Fine Print.
Okay.
What is your podcast about?
It's myself and two other guys that host it. And we talk about salacious topics like fine print, things that people don't want to talk about. We talk about, are you guys there? I'm sorry, my phone.
Yeah.
So we talk about salacious topics, taboo topics when it comes to religion, race, sexist, all of that. We talk about the stuff you talk about in your car to your girlfriend.
Right.
Like your homeboy.
So we got to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fine Print. So yeah.
Fine
yeah.
Print.
And is it on, what is it? What platform is
right
it?
Now we're on YouTube.
Okay.
We just started our podcast probably now, I guess like during COVID, March, I guess we started filming. And we've done 18 episodes and I think aired 15 right now.
Okay. Is it through Zoom or is it face to face?
No, we actually have a set. And we have a set and we film out of the Four Seasons. We have a penthouse there and we have a set up there. It's really dope.
Y'all
Yeah.
fancy? Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. You know, cancers. You know, yeah, I ain't.
Already.
Yeah, she was just getting at me right now because of my Cancer ways. But now she wanna rep Cancer, talking about she descending Cancer. Sit your ass down somewhere.
Yes, they love us. Cancers, man, we deep. We feel, we're very passionate, and people love to say we're emotional, but I'm not really, or sensitive.
Yeah, I think with Cancers, like, we are very aware of our feelings and how we just feel everything. I think that's a better way to, you know, like,
exactly.
If I love, I just, you know, like, I can describe my feelings. Like, it's like more like spiritual to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In all sense of the word, like, all around. So
Y'all sensitive.
See?
Whatever.
That's a Capricorn.
Y'all feel that last night when you were crying.
Y'all could be cold as ice.
We could be cold, right?
Could be cold as ice.
For real.
Y'all could be cold as ice, y'all. But I'm going to get it, and y'all gonna always have money. Y'all gonna figure that shit out. Capricorn's gonna figure that shit out.
This is true. I'm working on my more sensitive nature as I get.
I love that mirror and then that chandelier in the background. Yes.
I'm working towards my more sensitive style as I get older.
she was crying last night. Right?
Oh, good, let it out. Yeah.
Cause I'm a Capricorn. You know that's
and then you probably suck the tears up. It's like, hell, I'm crying for. I don't do this.
Yeah, knows what these allergies. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. These fall allergies.
Right.
Oh, now we talking about fall allergies. Oh, okay.
Right.
Or are you just getting sentimental over there? But yeah, I mean, you know, back to the whole social media thing. Like, you know, I want to find a happy medium, you know, when it comes to social media, and not it being
like, what is that, you know?
For me, what I did, like, I'm real big on the overall presence of my page, right? Like, I like it to flow. So I like to do 3 in a row, if you will, like when I post.
That's some Dayra shit right there.
Huh? Yeah, it is. It has to be aesthetically pleasing to my eye. It has to flow. Right. So what I start doing, I used to wait to post at the times, but now I don't care. Now I just care about getting my content out. And right. I'll post all 3 pictures, and some will get more likes than others, but I just can't care about the likes. So I think for me, I had to get to a place where I focus on the what. Mm-hmm. I didn't worry about the how.
Okay.
The what is the content, and what my purpose of doing what I'm doing is. Right. How they receive it or how they fuck with it, that ain't my problem no more.
Right. Yeah.
So for me, that's my happy medium.
Right. I love that.
For me, that's my happy medium.
I love that. Because at the end of the day, it's about the message. That's what the fuck we here for anyway. Now, how y'all, you know, if my edges ain't laid to the gods and y'all,
girl, you hear me?
But at the end of the day, I'm telling you not to put grease on your fucking hair.
There you go. There you go. So like you come to like a resolve, like for yourself, and it's like, yo, I gotta stay on track. I gotta understand what my pedigree's about, and especially somebody that does not come from social media. Like I come from the world when it was a big deal to get a write up in a damn magazine. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, you went what? You did what? Like, everything is almost digital, and nothing is really like hard copy.
They like, what's a magazine?
Girl, you understand? And that's so depleting, because it's like, it takes away from that real guerrilla type of like hustle.
Right.
You know, so it's like, so for me, for somebody that comes from that to now land in like little people that hadn't been where I've gone, giving me advice as if they know, it's like, whoa, okay, I gotta log off.
Right.
Because that's what happens on social media, is miserable people sitting in cubicles, and they're angry, and they want to say something, but not that it makes any sense to the subject at hand. They just want to say something.
Right.
So that's the other part of social media. Yeah, you want to use it as a business platform, but then you got these miserable people that want to say all these, you know,
negative shit,
rude, negative shit to you. And it's like, who does that to a stranger?
Right.
Like, I'm just about that. Like, and another thing about me, I can't watch a reality show and form an opinion on somebody and say, I don't like her. So you guys mad?
Right.
Like, I don't know. I'm just a little, you know what it is with me? I'm not attached. I'm connected to a lot, but I'm not attached to nothing.
Yeah,
so I think
I can feel that.
Connected and not attached, you form different types of opinions, or lack of.
Right.
Right.
Like, it's like, I don't know. I don't care like that. So, you know what I mean? You like, I don't care like that. Like, that's like, do you know such and such from Love and Hip Hop? I'm on some shit like, oh, that show's still on? Right. No shade to the show, but
yeah, I'm the same way.
Who is it?
And it is no shade, and people think
no shade at all.
And then somebody said to me, "Oh, she got more followers than you." Okay, but still, who is she? Like, right. So it's like everything is validated on Instagram, and I'm like, it's no shade. I just don't know who this person is. Right. There's a lot of popular people on social media, and they still popular, but I just may not know them. Yeah. I'm not taking away from their fame, their glory, whatever. Yeah. But when you say things like this, people take you, it's like, and it's like, it's just real spit. I don't know who the fuck she is. Like, it's, and then they'll say, well, such and such baby mom, and she got a baby by Moneybag Yo or whoever. And I'm like, okay.
Who? Because I was just trying to grow some cilantro. So,
right. It's like, so, you know, so that's the thing, ladies. We have real substance. Not to say people don't, but we don't rely on a platform. We come as the platform and we land on it. Yeah, I think that's the difference. And you know, I really do. And I really do think that. I really do believe that we come with something. We already come whole. So it's almost like, okay, now what y'all want us to do? Right. Because we already whole. We're not looking for that to make us. It's like, okay, now I got to do what? So that's why.
And to validate, and I'm actually pretty happy that, you know, I grew up in a world that was before social media.
Yes. Yes.
And I, you know, because now I can, you know, I understand both. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
Like, I know what it is I feel validated already. I didn't need social media to feel
There you go. There you go. There you go.
I existed before that, and I was flying and popping then.
There you go. And also, ladies, it's some people that are very powerful on IG, and they may not even have 1,000 followers.
Right.
Exactly.
But they got their core audience, so who cares? You know what I mean?
And they got their core check. Like, they doing their thing, and they're doing it without IG. So I think that's a basis. Like, some people, to me, that base everything on how many followers, and it's like you missing out on a treasure to me when that's your goal. That's your trajectory on how you view people. It's like, oh, okay.
So let me ask you, like, do you feel like, okay, that you can like say if you wanted to have a relationship with a certain brand, you as a stylist, and you only have a certain amount of followers, do you feel the need or the pressure to, you know, gain more followers before you approach a brand, or, you know what I mean? Or have a certain type of repertoire or whatever before you approach a brand?
No.
Is this where we are in our culture?
No, I don't. Because I feel like my tangible work is that. I because another thing too, I got 28,000 followers on IG, but they're all real, but they're not all engaging. A lot of people don't see my posts. I hear that all the time. My algorithms are all thrown off. So that's what it is. I wish I would buy a follower or care about who following. Like, I just don't care about that. They are there because I don't know why. Some want to be there, some want to look, some want to, I don't know. But no, I am big on me and who I am and my ability and my talent. Right. And that's how I approach anything, brands, people, situations. I'm big on me already. So I don't think about that. Like, sometimes I'm like, what? My Instagram. Oh, okay. Some people look at that. It's like, oh, wow, you got almost 30,000 followers. I'm like, yeah, but I don't get 30,000 likes.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it's like, because I try to understand the whole point of it. Like, what's the point here? You know, I just go with it. But so I don't put that much emphasis on it because the emphasis on it ain't there anyway. I got almost 30,000 followers, but sometimes I may average, depending on what it is,
100 likes or whatever.
300 to 1,200 likes.
Yeah.
Sometimes the view, but then when you go and look at the insight, it's like, girl, 10,000 of y'all, but only 1,000 of y'all liked it.
Right.
So you can't get caught up in that. You can't. So that's when I came to my conclusion of saying, you know what? I'm not going to focus on the what. I'm just going to focus on the how, because you see it. You see the content.
But also when you're approaching an actual brand, right? Like, and it's like your resume, right? Because you're approaching a brand based on, like, let's say YouTube, right? Like if you have, look, this is, I'm getting the views, you know, like you gotta come like, okay, well, what's the point of, like, if you only getting 3 views, then why I'm gonna give you a check, or why I'm gonna give you, you know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, this is the world that we live in, where it does matter. Your insights matter, as you know, like, you're not focused on it, but the brands are, because they want their product to be, you know, promoted, and people buy their products.
If you want to go after things like that, that's what it counts. The numbers matter.
Right.
I think it depends on what your aim is. Say, like, when I do part-time work for, say, V103, they don't care how many followers I got. They care how well I produce and what I sound like and what I'm doing. So that's what I mean. So it matters what your aim, what you own. Like, if you're trying to make your business where they want to advertise with you, then surely your insights matter.
Right.
Unfortunately.
So it just matters on what you're, like you said, the aim and what you're going after.
Yeah.
Where it can.
Yeah, because if it's like, okay, well, you see my work, I'm a fashion, you know, I'm a designer, right? You see my work, I can work my ass off, right? Like, you gonna see me style some shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, they're gonna fuck with you no matter what. It doesn't matter. Your numbers don't matter, because you deliver. You know what I mean?
And then and then what we call when you're on a masthead or line notes, meaning when I style an artist, I get the credits and they see my names in credits. So that's like when I want to go in showrooms and pull from different showrooms in LA and New York, those are the things they ask to determine if I am a celebrity stylist. Not just because I'm saying it, it's because of the things I've done.
Right.
That you could tangibly pick up and see.
Exactly.
That I've done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, girl. So what we gonna do, ladies? What we gonna do?
I know.
Continue to be Hollywood on social media.
Bad but true.
We gotta, it's a running joke, right? Like, I was like, you know, we'll probably get so much more, like, followers and, you know, likes and all that if I just had, like, if I was doing hair in my bra and my ass out.
Yeah.
Dayra drips her oil.
Yeah. It's sad, girl. It would go crazy.
Yeah, on the shade room. On the shade room, girl.
You would be on the shade room.
Right. Just straight thirst trapping.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
But
thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me, ladies. I know I'm about to get these nails done.
Oh yeah, girl. Go ahead and get your nails did.
I enjoyed you, ladies.
Yes, and tell them where they can find you and, you know, all the things that you're doing, and we'll put the link up as well.
Okay. You can find me on IG, Cash with a K, that's KASH Howard _. And that's everything. That's like my Twitter. And then I also have a podcast, and it's Fine Print, and that's just like it sounds, Fine Print, FINE print. And so
that's on YouTube, right?
That's on YouTube. And then we have an IG page, Fine Print ATL. So yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So thanks for having me.
No problem.
All right. Much success to you, ladies. You guys are gorgeous. Cancer.
Ow, July 16.
July 16. Oh my God. That's so dope and special.
I know, right? It was meant to be.
Yes. Okay, babes.
Bye.
All right. Signing out. Bye-bye.
Yeah, guys, that was our special guest, Cash Howard, my birthday twin.
Cancer, and she's so extra. See, that's that Cancer.
So let's get into the we calling you out of the week. And this week, what we got, Soy?
So we have what you call a man weave. This is like the new thing, you know.
And is this a positive one? I think this is a positive.
Because let me tell you something, like the artistry and the creativity behind this is just on another level to me. Like I feel like that's what's up. You know what I mean? Like that's pure artistry to be able to create somebody who is bald headed and you got waves and a cut and a flop, like,
and a line and all that shit.
Like, come on. Like, that is just pure, just magic to me. You know what I'm saying? Bruja magic. You know? So, I love it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, would I want my man to do it? I don't know. But I'm here for the creativity.
See, like, honestly, like I've always said this, like, if it's going to help you, because us women, right? Like, we throw shade at a man weave, but ain't nothing wrong with a man weave if he's, you know, if he feels confident about himself. A lot of women, you know, walk around and you don't even know who they are. Like, it's a whole different transformation. So
hair, all of it.
Right, boobs, ass, like looking like a whole fucking Barbie. You know what I mean? Like a blow up Barbie doll, right? So ain't nothing wrong with, you know, a man if he wants to feel more confident about himself. So shout out to the men that, you know, have the fucking balls to actually do it, right? And do what the fuck they want to do. So I'm you know, it's positive for me. I love it.
Yeah, it's positive. I mean, back in the day, shit, them British people, they used to put the little wigs on with the curly shit and that was like, you know, a whole vibe.
Right. They was doing it before. So keep on doing it. If you feel confident about yourself, it's going to make you feel good. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead, Poppy.
That's right. That's right, Poppy. Go ahead and, you know, do the ponytails and shit. I've seen some shit out there. Like, I'm like, what? He's bald? Like, some straight daggone talent.
So. What's his name? LeBron he's worn a man weave.
For real? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, Bron.
And it was lifting one time while he was playing a game. That's not.
Hello, Dayra.
I'm not playing. This is not a joke. I'm not playing. I'm so serious. I hope I find the video because I'm going to post it right here.
Listen, go ahead, do what you do. We like it. It's positive. We calling you out. All good. Right.
But yeah, let's what can they find us, Soy?
So they can find us on all platforms. Follow us on here and whatever podcast, IG, YouTube. What is it? All of it. Right, all of it.
Yeah, we're on all platforms if you want to listen to us or if you want to watch us.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And y'all slip into the DMs, you know, with your hair care questions or comments.
Yep. All right, y'all. Peace, love, and light.
Yow.